Hello, this is Sierra and welcome to another video. Today we are doing a short story, the first of three of the third book to the Clockwork Chronicles, also known as Sacrifice for Freedom. This will be in a playlist as all the others. And yeah, this is one of three stories that I'll be reading. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get to it. Book 3, Abducted. Stacy and Lizzie were great friends. They had known each other for quite some time, even after Lizzie lost a good friend. Stacy had been there to look out for her until the school was put in place. Her friends still did keep an eye on her from time to time, but Lizzie had the protection of the college's security measures, including Tony, who seemed very nice and hid secrets of his own that he shared very little of. But there was a good reason for that. Lizzie had enjoyed her time at the school, helping out when she could. But it wasn't until Stacy offered an opportunity she knew she couldn't pass up. Sure, helping animals in need was normally Stacy's thing, but she did her part with the help of Liam, when he came into the picture to help and learn at school. The two boys did remind her a lot of their mother, which made her happier than it did to make her feel sad. She knew their mother would be proud of them for what they were doing. Even after Sam left with Stumpy weeks ago, she was still working hard to ensure that everything was as it should be, with Liam's help. She knew the boy missed her brother, his brother, but they had taken different paths in life. That was okay, so long as they were both happy in the end. One day, which seemed fairly normal, more normal than any other, she left Liam in charge of the hospital wing. She went to visit Stacy. It had been something she'd always done without any issues. No one was concerned for her safety, for wandering alone, because she knew where she was going. No one would dare try to get to her without having to deal with her allies. Something felt different for some reason. Lizzie couldn't seem to put her finger on what it was exactly. The feeling of unease steadily grew until she arrived at Stacy's house, which was a small cottage in the heart of the woods. There were pens full of animals around the cottage, and Stacy's 5 wolves were wandering around the borders, which seemed to ease her nerves. The wolves weren't any normal wolves. Stacy had assured her that, if anything did happen, they could handle it. That memory seemed to comfort her, even though there was a hint of doubt and uncertainty. The wolves ignored her as she went up to the door and opened it, knowing who she was, that she was here for her normal visits. Lizzie walked into the cottage and called out to Stacy until she heard her friend's voice call back from a back room. Lizzie walked quickly to where her friend was and smiled when she saw the YouTuber finishing up everything that she had been doing. "Good afternoon, Lizzie," Stacy said with a smile. Did you come here for the latest update?" "Hardly," Lizzie said with a shrug. "Mostly I wanted to check on you to see how you were doing." Stacy nodded her head and pushed back a straight, curly brown strand of hair from her face. "Everything's been going well enough." Lizzie was relieved, looking around the room as she thought about something to say. A lot has definitely changed in the past few months, hasn't it? "You bet it has," Stacy said with a chuckle as she went to the door and Lizzie let her through, following her into the kitchen, which looked cozy, neat, and organized, like someone had taken care to put things in their proper place. My nose. "We've made new friends and reunited with old. There's no harm in that, is there?" "Of course not," Lizzie said. "So I've noticed that it's just not affecting the outside world, but also here in school. People are far more skeptical and skittish." By people, you mean some adults? Stacy pondered. Some adults, yes. Lizzie nodded. But they're also trying to press it on the kids, so that they can be prepared for the real world. And how does Liam feel about that? Stacy asked. Lizzie shook her head. He told me that's a bunch of nonsense. Sure, kids need to know the truth, but the truth is also veiled in rumors. Finding what is true and what is a lie is a lot harder now because of Gerald. Right, Stacy replied with a nod. He's at the center of all of this, just like he wanted. I know we'll figure this one out, Lizzie said hopefully. We can't hold out like this forever without falling apart. Anyway we can help them? Stacy asked. Being ourselves, really, she shrugged. Gerald, you're wrong, and it's better to prove that through actions than words. I can agree with that, Stacy said with a smile. Lizzie returned that smile, but before they could do or say any more, there was a loud explosion over by the main room of the cottage, and a yelp of rage. What's going on? Stacy said and asked in surprise. Nothing good, Lizzie said with a frown, as she grabbed her friend's arm. Couldn't have been a creeper that made that explosion. Someone else had. Who? Why? They could hear more yelps of pain before it suddenly went very eerily quiet as the girls glanced at each other nervously. Should they run? Hide? Could they even get very far? This wasn't normal. Suddenly, they saw a figure approach them and enter the kitchen. The man was wearing a uniform. Lizzie recognized straight away. She had seen him before. These were Mr. Aceman, the men who had killed her friend and the mother of the two boys. These men had found them, come for them. How? Why? Looks like you all got a very pleasant surprise. The man chuckled with amazement. I'm surprised your wolves didn't have much time to react to my little army's flash attack. What did you do to them? Stacy demanded, sounding unafraid. Lizzie knew she'd faced these men a couple of times before, but no doubt this was different. She didn't have the protection of the wolves. They only had each other. Knocked them out mostly, the man shrugged. They'll be fine soon enough. But as for you two, you're coming with us. We're not going anywhere with you, Lizzie said defiantly. She extended her sword, much more comfortable using it now than she had years ago. Stacy did the same, which caused the man to laugh. You two are awfully gullible, the man mused. Too bad it doesn't really matter how valiant you seem to be. Mr. A will deal with you eventually. Suddenly, there was a sound of glass shattering behind them, and Lizzie spun to see two men step through a smashed window. They were being surrounded. They'd be able to get away from these men and get help. Would anyone know what had happened to them? But before she could think, there was a loud explosion from above. She looked up to see the ceiling crumbling down. She lunged to push Stacy out of the way. She was dazed. She stumbled to the ground. His hand grabbed her arm. She could only hear her friend's screams, before something hit her on the top of the head. She too was unconscious. She remembered nothing more. She knew that the unthinkable had happened. This time, there had been no way to stop it. What was going to happen to them? Where were the men going to take them? She wasn't sure. She wanted to find out. She would, whether she liked it or not. Unfortunately, we're going to have to end that episode there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And the next short story out eventually. If you have any thoughts, questions, or theories, be sure to leave them down below. Other than that, it's time for me to sign off.